Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Today we're going to start right at the beginning. Makes me want to burst into song. We'll start at the very beginning. Yeah, well, I won't. I won't do that to you because I don't want you to leave the video. So, what do I do first? I have a metal board file from Kylie Weary. Who can tell me where that song's from? Do you know? I mean, you know, ignore the sound that came from my vocals because I can't sing for toffee, but the words, you know, can you tell me who knows what that song is and where is it from? Right, okay, so video, metal board file, yes, and what I'm going to do is sharpen up that stiletto shape and make it into a coffin. So I nip off the tip and then I will file the free edge. I take there's a slight bend in the stiletto, just very, very slight, and I like my coffin shape to be sharp edges, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I come in with my dusty brush and I will get rid of all that dust, measure them up against each other, go in if I need to. Excuse me, I've got a little frog in my throat again. Why does it always happen when I come to do my voiceovers? So, metal board file, keep it straight. Look how straight that is. Straight, straight, straight. That's how I get my straight edges. I don't bend it, don't curve it. It is straight. And that's how I do my shape. That's how I was taught. I went on a one-to-one. Every year I will do education. I will go back and do some retraining. These are the colours we're going to use today. I will list everything below. But we're not going to spend too much time on the gel polish today because we have got a lot of hand painting, guys, a lot. I also got some cuffs. Now, I did actually see them on AliExpress, but for a 50-gram bag, you know, I thought, I'm not going to use all them. The hand cuffs, what would I use those for? But I did think they were really cool. And then I went up to my mate Shona, that's right, and I went to her house and she'd got some. So she very kindly gave me a few, and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. So she says to me, I'm going to do a corset and cuffs. So I says, well, what are you going to do? Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to copy, I don't want to have the same idea, I don't want to have the same sort of design. So she says, what are you thinking? So I says, 50 Shades of Grey. Tie me up, tie me down. So she laughed, and she says, go for it, I'm not doing anything like that. So she got her design in mind, I'd got my design in mind, and I knew I wanted to carry on with the hand painting. I've been working on it so hard. Let me know what you guys think at the end, because do you know what, I'm chuffed as punch. So here are a few of the cuffs. You can see that in the bottom right, and then the Artisan gel paints along with the Artisan detailer brush that I'll be using to do the hand painting today. Every nail has had a coat of gel polish, and I will list all colours below. So I've gone white on the thumb and the little finger, a light grey on the ring finger and the pointer finger, and on the middle finger I've gone dark grey. I didn't have a dark grey, so I took the black and the pale grey and mixed it until I got a darker shade that I was after. Now I'm putting the handcuffs on the pointer finger, and at first it was sticking up, so I had to whiz it round. There's a slight bend in it, and you can use that to line nicely on the contour of this nail. So I've got a little bit of base coat on there, very, very, very thin layer. I push that in, and then I will cure that so it sticks into that gel polish. Now, using this striping tape, I'm going to pop it on the little finger. Now, this was an experiment. I've left it in. I wouldn't do it again. I would just use my detailer brush. But I thought, you know, I've seen people do it. I'm going to try it and see if it works. So this isn't staying on. This is actually to give me a gap down the middle of the corset that I'm about to draw. So I'm thinking, lie it down, then I can paint over the top of it with the gel polish, the Artisan gel paint rather. This is it. And my detailer brush. I'm going to put the curved edge at the top. Do that on both sides. I'm trying to do it so that I don't block the view of what I'm doing, and I do that, guys, where I can. I do twist my arm around, but there are occasions when, unfortunately, you know, my hand blocks the view. But let's go with it. I have tried for you guys, and I have left as much in as actual possible. So I come down with the detailer brush, and I'm not very happy, it's taking me forever, so I come in with a gel paint brush, and I'm just going to fill in each side of that striping tape. Now do it really, really thin. These are really pigmented, so I do it really thin, make sure I've got a good covering, and then I go back in and I just tidy up that line because I'm not happy. And with all hand painting, I do come in with my torch, you'll see later, and then I'm gonna just lift that, and I'm thinking yeah, and then I'm like, no, that's not a very neat straight line. So not happy with that at all. So I grab my striping brush, I wanted to say detailer brush and it's not. I went and grabbed my striping brush and I put the lines down there and tidied that up. When I am happy with that, I do put that in the lamp for a full cure. Then I'm coming in with white Artisan gel paint and a dotting tool, and I'm just going to put the eyelets for that corset down each side. When I'm not happy with that, I will give that a flash cure. And then I come in with the silver, and I am going to, you can see what I'm doing just here. I'm going to put in the ribbon that will thread through this corset. Now I have done the thumb, but it's glitter, and because there was so much gel paint around, I didn't want the glitter to get in everything, so I've left that till last. But that is in here for the thumb. So push my gel paint out the way, go in and flash cure that so that I can go in and do the bow at the top. I'm just going to do the rings of that and then the little tail. Just put it in roughly, make sure I'm happy. I can always go back over it and thicken those lines up. But the first thing I'm going to do is like penciling. If you were going to draw something, you pencil it in lightly first. That's what I'm doing with this silver. I'm going in lightly and I'm making sure that I'm happy with it. I don't want it perfect, you know. I don't want each bow to be like identical and mirror each other or anything like that. I am perfectly happy with that. So I will give that a full cure in the lamp. Clean off my brush, bring in my palette. You can see that in the bottom right. And what I'm doing is loading that brush with the next colour. So this is black. And what I'm going to do is come across at an angle on this middle finger. And I'm going to draw in his shirt. This will be the collar. So I'll do that on the right as you're looking at the screen, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the left. Do the collar of that shirt. Once I'm happy with that, I am going to flash cure it, so I'll come in with my little LED torch. Do that for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to do the knot of the tie. I'm not going to do too much detail here because I'm actually going to put a gem on that. So then I move straight onto the tie itself. Now I went onto Pinterest for tie shapes because I couldn't think, I was like, not many people wear ties, do they? Apart from Mr. Grey, obviously. And then what I do is I come in and fill in that bottom with the black Artisan paint. Just give it a thin covering, a really thin, because it's so pigmented and I didn't want it raised either. So I give it really thin, and then I come in with the detailer brush for any slight gaps or where you can see the dark grey underneath. So once I'm happy with that, that goes in the lamp and that has a full cure. Clean off my brush while that's in there, and then what I'm going to do is come in with the white, and I'm going to do some stripes on that tie. So I'm going in with the detail here. Again, once I'm happy, that goes in for a full cure. While that's in the lamp, of course, I'm working on my Glamour Liz hand. This is when I clean off the brush. So now I'm going on to the mask. Now, Beautiful Minds in September of 2019 did a working with Kirsty Meakin, and asked us, you know, it's all about mental health and what it means to you. And I did a mask. I did a 3D completely out of acrylic. In fact, it is videoed and I will pop a link up above for you. But this is it. This is what I did. Completely out of acrylic. Because it does mean a lot to me. It means a lot to a lot of people. I know it does. And mental health, what does it mean to you? And, you know, my instant thought, absolute instant thought was hide behind a mask. And that's what I did. So that was my contribution towards Beautiful Minds and to help get it out there. So I used that to do this on the 50 Shades of Grey nail art that I'm going to do here. So I'm doing the outline. I'm happy with it. So I am going to zap that with my LED torch. Next I'm coming in with my loaded brush, and what I'm going to do is start at the centre and flick my brush up for those very fine feathers at the top of this mask. So I'm going to do a few of those. So I'll put it on, draw, flick. Load up my brush, put it on, draw it up, flick it off. And I'll just keep doing those little flicks. I want them very fine feathers at the top of this mask. Once I'm happy with that, I will come in with that LED torch and give that a zap for 10 seconds to set it in place. So clean off my brush, coming in with the next colour. We're going to use silver to fill in that mask, because I believe Anastasia's mask for that ball is a beautiful silver, so that's what we're going to do. So first of all, I'm just going to outline the eyes and then come back and fill it in. Do that all the way around the mask. I have kept this in real time, and this is the finished result. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a full cure, and then I'm going to move on to the thumb. So I have done 2 layers of white, fading it up to the top, and I'm going to come in with a fine ruby red glitter just at that tip, and then fade that down the nail. I'm patting that into the tacky layer. Once I'm happy with that, I will put a thin coat of base coat over the top of that and come in with these beautiful lips from AliExpress, and then a couple of the arrowed hearts. I will then pop that in the lamp for a full cure. Now, the reason I left the thumb till last was I didn't want any of the glitter getting into the gels with my Artisan paint. So in this particular instant, I did leave it till last. So pop that in the lamp, and once I'm happy with that, I will then come in with a top coat. Now I do use a thick top coat on the thumb, so I will give that 1 layer and half a cure. Pop that in the lamp for 30 seconds and then give it a second coat and give that a full cure. And there we have the thumb, lips and hearts. While the thumb is in the lamp, we will then come in and give the first lot of top coat to the rest of the nails. With all nail art, I do like to double top coat. That will make sure it's sealed in and hope that the durability for the 2-3 weeks that your client's going to wear that lasts the whole time. Now the reason I'm leaving the middle finger to last is I'm going to top coat it and then I'm going to come in with a gem on that tie. I'm going to come in and pop that in, and that will go in the lamp for a half cure. I'll take it out, give it another layer of top coat, then that will be the end of the design. I really do hope you've enjoyed this today. If you have, please take a moment and hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, I would love it if you would. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.